Hey guys, what's up? Dries the Great here, back again with another video. So today I'm going to be covering my game against Paulo. Paulo is rated 1815 and this is round 3. I am rated 1658 and I currently have 2 out of 2. I have beaten Ken and Peter, which you can check out the games if you go to my channel and go to Over the Board Chess Games. They're the 2 newest ones. Or I'll put them in the description too. So I was playing black in this game and my opponent started off with knight f3. Paulo started off with knight f3. I really was disappointed to see knight f3. Knight f3 is such a flexible opening. You can go for this, you can go for this, you can maybe go for this, you can go for like an English setup. Like you can go for basically, you can even probably go for a3 or h6 or something like that. So I decided to play the most flexible move as well, and I think is d5. Or sorry, the most flexible move would probably be knight f6. But I went for d5 because I was hoping he'd play something like this, and you know, we could get into something that I'm more familiar with. But he played c4 here, which is now we're in English, and so here I was hoping that we might be able to get some sort of Slav like this, and I could do something from there. But here I was extremely surprised by his move. He played b3, and I have never seen this before. So surprisingly, I actually played the main move, or the second main move, which is bishop g4, and he played g3. He just wants to fianchetto this bishop. I don't think I would have played g3. I mean, I honestly think e3 looks a lot more natural, so that this bishop goes here, and maybe this bishop can go here or here. Yeah, e3 looks very natural, so now you can take with the queen. But he played g3. I don't think g3 is a mistake or anything. And so here, I had to think about whether to play knight f6 or knight d7. I decided to play knight d7 in the end, and knight d7 has been played more often as well. My opponent played bishop g2. I developed my knight, he developed his bishop, and I played e6. So now we're basically having some sort of Tory attack, where we have this setup with the bishop on g5 instead of f5. Which, if it was on f5, would have been a London system, but it's looking like a Tory attack for black. So he castled, and I played bishop e7. So I didn't know at the time, but here I should play bishop d6 because this e5 square is quite a critical square. But generally in these types of openings, you don't want your bishop hitting the g6 pawn. But it turns out that the control of this e5 square and the ability to push e5 is a lot more important than just hitting this. Also, my bishop isn't really doing anything on e7. This knight's not going to move anytime soon, so bishop d6 just makes a lot more sense. So I play bishop e7. He played d3. And here I just castled. I just need to get my king to safety. And here we play knight d2. I played queen b6. And the engine doesn't like queen b6 at all. It's saying I should play a5. And I can see why it says a5. But with queen d6 to b6, I just wanted to connect my rooks. And I thought that maybe then I can play a5, a4, and somehow threaten this. Or maybe if he ever pushes d-pawn, then I can take here and he can't take back because bishop's hanging. So I played queen b6. And I forgot to mention, this is probably one of the best games I think I've ever played. I didn't manage to win this game, I drew this game. But when I analyzed with the engine, my opponent only made 1 inaccuracy, and I made 3 inaccuracies, this being one of them, which I don't think is that much of an accuracy. So here he played queen c2. This is my opponent's only inaccuracy, and after this, he played the first, second, or third best move by the engine. I played h3 here, or h6 here. And the idea of h6 is that I don't want him to allow. Like if I play some. I'm not saying I play this move, but maybe then he can capture my bishop, and he has pretty clear advantage. And so I play a6, not only getting a square for my bishop, but making this knight a3, h4 idea pretty impossible. So here he played a3, he just wants to play a5, and I played a5. I think you kind of have to stop that move. I think c5 was also a fine move, but I just didn't want to allow him to get my backwards pawn like that. Here he played rook ac1, and here, up to this point, all these moves have been played but 4. And here I made the first deviation. The move played by, and the other games were, as you can see, rook fe8, just looking to if takes, and we'll have some pressure here. But I played rook a d8, and now it's a completely new game. So the idea of rook fe8 and the idea of rook fd8 is quite similar. I just had a different plan of I was going to take with a knight, and then I was going to play here or bishop here. But I think rook fe8 was definitely a better move than what I had, because after takes here, you kind of just clearly realize that the bishop can come here, and probably you're going to take with this e-pawn anyways, so he played rook fe1, which I think rook fe1 is not a very good move. The engine says it's the best move in the position, but here I definitely thought he'd play something like e3. Yes, it's weakening this guy a little bit, but it's maybe preparing d5 and c5 in some sort of expansion. But here he played rook fe8, which allows me to create a weakness. After bishop c5, either he plays e3 and just remains pretty passive, or he plays d5, blocking in his bishop, and that's exactly what he played. So here, I think I made another inaccuracy. Sorry, I didn't make an inaccuracy. I played bishop e7. I thought that I could play bishop d6, but no, he just win the game after bishop d6. So I played bishop e7, and it might look like a waste of a move, but I kind of just provoked him to go this guy here, and with this guy here, he no longer has e5 on the idea, because after takes, knight takes, I'll have here, and I think the position looks really good for me. So here he played c5. He tried to, he's trying to push these guys. I played queen c7, the only move. This move doesn't make any sense, and this move my queen's not doing anything. And here he played b4. And b4 is sort of the first. The engine doesn't call inaccuracy, but it gives black the advantage. So I took, and I played bishop f5. So now e5 is impossible, because after takes. So if e5 here, well then takes, and I can even play this guy here. And I'm just completely winning. So here he played queen b3, getting out of this line of fire. And here's the engine saying that I should just play b5 or b6. And during the game, I completely missed both of these ideas. b5 has an interesting idea that we just want to close up this, because this is where he's getting his counterplay. And b6 has a little bit less of it idea, I understand, because you're just wanting to take here. Both things about this, both of these ideas include this line, which I missed for black, because I thought this pawn would be too backwards. So we're immediately attacking here. And if he plays bishop a3, well then we just play rook b8, and we're again threatening here. And maybe then we also have knight c5, or c5, and after takes, maybe we can even get some pressure along the queen. So he'd have to play bishop c3, just blocking this. And we'd play rook b8, and he'd probably have to defend his guy. And then, oh, sorry, he can't defend his guy. And so here he would just have to give up the guy, the pawn, and he would be a lot worse. But instead of that, I played knight e4, which I thought was a more natural move to play. It doesn't really look like this is going to give me anything, and I saw that after here, he's going to probably want to move this knight, because this bishop is pretty great, and f5 is being prepared. So he played knight d2, and I immediately took, because why would I ever go back when I wanted to play f5? King g2, and here I played f5. My idea is just to play f4. He played knight f3, so if I play f5, or f4, sorry, he's going to play knight e5, and I'm going to be sad. So here, I played probably a crazy move, but the engine says it's a fine move. It says it's not bad or anything. I played g5. So my idea was to go bishop f6, and then g4, just kick the knight away. And the knight doesn't want to go here because he'll lose. So here he played e3. And here I continued with my plan. I played bishop f6, and so he just made a nothing move, rook c2. I don't think that really does anything. And now here, there was something I think wrong with this move, but I can't exactly remember what. Yeah, it just weakens me a little too much. I do get a lot of controls of the light squares, but I think it's just a little too weakening. So I played e5 instead. And after dx e5, I think I just blundered any advantage I could have looked for away. So see if you guys can find my blunder. It wasn't really a blunder. It was more of a mild inaccuracy. It's just equalized the game. So when I played this move, I was intending to take with the knight. But for some reason, I thought that my knight wanted to get to c4. So I took here without noticing that he could simply just trade everything off after queen c3. He's turning mate, so I have to defend the mate. This is defended, this is defended. So, and if we go back here, let's say I took with a knight immediately. Well, now, he doesn't really want to take here, because that will just exchange all the pieces, and my pieces that are still on the board are better. Like, let's say he does this, and then queen c3, something like this. Oops, sorry, that was an accident. And then something like this. Well, then I'm just pretty clearly better. b5 isn't anything, I'm just going to play here. And, well, black is not winning this position, but black certainly is better. So after the xe5, I played bishop xe5, and that just allows him to either exchange all the pieces or be slightly better. So here he took, and here I was a little worried about f4, but then I realized I could just do this, and after takes, he still has nothing. So he played queen c3, I played knight here, rook d1, just doing nothing, and here I played rook fe8, or sorry, I played rook de8, because I wanted to keep this pawn protected, and this square importantly protected. So I played rook e8, just intending to put my knight back on this square into c4. He played rook e1, he just went back and forth. I played queen e5, and now it says that I have nothing to look for. It's saying I should play queen h7, but that doesn't really make any sense to me. It's covering these two squares and it's allowing my knight to get here. But putting my queen on h7 seems so bad. I think going here immediately is just bad to f4. So I don't think my move was that bad. It says inaccuracy again. So he just exchanged all the pieces. There wasn't really much better to do, because I was threatening to put my knight into c5. And after here, I made this inaccuracy. Here I should just play rook f7. And I think I'm better after rook f7. But I played rook e8, he played rook a7, here I played rook f7, and after here, we agreed on a draw. Because, important note, he had to go somewhere, and second of all, there's only black who can look for an advantage here. His pawn structure is pretty clearly better. His rooks are going to get lots of activity. White's rooks already do have a little bit of activity. I accepted a draw here because black is slightly better, but this is an equal rook endgame. There's probably not a good chance I'm gonna win this. So what I thought I would play is rook e4. He'd kind of be forced to play b5, and here I just take, and he'd pressure my pawn. If he pressured this way, oops, sorry, this way, well then I'll just defend it. So he pressures this way, and I play rook a4, so if he takes, well then I take his rook. So he takes that, takes this, and then he plays this, attacking here. I play this. Excuse me. And then we get this sort of position where black is up past pawn, but this is a theoretical draw, and my opponent being an old man. And at 1800, I just thought that there wasn't really a good chance of me winning this. And he had to go, so I wanted to be respectful of that. So that's round 3, in which I drew with Paulo. So now I'm 2.5 out of 3, and next round I will be playing Samuel, and Samuel also has 2.5 out of 3. So that's the end of today's video, guys. If you liked the video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Bye!